welcome. Alright, so today I'm starting on my first video for my WIC items. This is going to be more of an introduction to WIC and what WIC is. WIC stands for Women, Infants, and Children. It's a program in the US that is for low-income families, and it's for women who are pregnant or breastfeeding and for children 5 and under. So when you find out you're pregnant, you can sign up for it, and the benefits come on a little card, just like a debit card with a PIN number. And now that's in Texas. Everywhere else is different. When I first started, I was in a different state. We got vouchers, but thankfully they moved to the cards. It makes it a whole lot easier to keep up with. But the benefits that are available on WIC. Now, these aren't for every single person on it. It varies, different groups. So for instance, if you are pregnant, you would get more produce than a child would. If you're breastfeeding, you get even more produce. And they give it in dollar amount, so you can go into the store and you can buy whatever produce it is that you would like to have. Then there are whole grains, which include bread, tortillas, brown rice, oats, and pasta. Milk, which again, there's stipulations. Some of it you can only get whole milk for the under 2, but once you're older than that or an adult, you only get 1% or fat-free milk. There's also yogurt. You can get a tub of fat-free yogurt, a dozen eggs, dry beans or canned beans or peanut butter. You get to choose between those. Canned fish, I believe that's only for breastfeeding mothers, I'm pretty sure. And that's tuna, salmon, mackerel, and sardines, I believe. And then there's cereal, which in the cereal category, you're going to get Malta-Meal or grits or regular cold cereals. So, with all of that, oh, and juice. You also get juice every month. With that, I went to the store and I just took a recording of some of the WIC approved items. Now, for the cereal, I just did a full scan of the cereal aisle. They actually give us a list of approved cereals, but there's so many cereals. I just did a wide scan of all the cereals, but obviously cereals with a lot of sugar wouldn't be approved. Sorry, my nose is dripping. I went through and I did a recording. I will do a voiceover on that part, but this is what WIC is. Now, when I start actually making things, what I'm going to do is, because I love World War II history, I've actually found some World War II recipes that would go along nicely with this. Now, I will say this. I am not doing just the WIC items that I received personally for my son. I have a son who will be 5 in January, so our benefits end in January. But I will be including things like the canned fish, because I want this to be for anyone with children of any age or pregnant or breastfeeding. So that's my plan for now, is to go through and utilizing anything that would be available on WIC for anyone. I would like to make dishes to show what can be done with them. So let's head to the store and I'll do a voiceover on that part. And then hopefully by Monday, I will be on with a recipe. I've actually got a World War II recipe that I want to try. Now, I will say this also as a kind of a disclaimer. There will be pantry staple items used in the recipes. So if it calls for flour, oil, things like that, I will do that. But the main star of the dish will be the WIC items. I know when my children were younger, I tried to take the WIC items when I had 3 or 4 kids on. I had 3 at a time on WIC, and I was pregnant. We got a lot more benefits, so it was easier to kind of make a meal plan for the whole week, just using the WIC items, or 90% the WIC items, and then buying the few other little things I needed. We don't get as much now, so that's not as easy to do. And I have a grocery budget. We have 5 children. I have teenagers, so my situation is different than it used to be. But if you're at a point where you need to use your WIC as your main groceries for the week, I hope these help you stretch what you have and what you have coming in. So let's head to the store and I'll be back later with a recipe. Alright, for beans we can either get dry beans or 4 cans of pinto beans, there's other types, or we can get a carton of peanut butter. For juice we can get concentrated juices or the jugs of juice, which there are more of a variety if you get the jugs of juice. But the frozen is nice if you don't have a lot of cabinet space. For whole wheat grains, there is whole wheat bread, whole wheat tortillas, corn tortillas, whole wheat pasta, brown rice, and then for the canned seafood, salmon and tuna are options. Now, I don't know which ones are actually approved or not. I was just giving an example. Now, for cereals, Cheerios, Honey Bunches of Oats, Kix, Life cereal, those are all options. Also, there is Malto-Meal and grits. So there's a pretty big variety. We get 36 ounces a month, which is usually 2 18-ounce boxes of cereal. There's also eggs, which you can get just about any brand. I choose Eggland's Best. There's also yogurt. You can get a tub of yogurt. For children under 2, they can get whole milk. Anybody else gets 1% or fat-free milk, which we get the lactose-free milk. Also, there is cheese, and you can get 1 pound of whichever one. Now, your benefits change from person to person. There are also plans for babies that include baby food meat, and baby cereal. So that's very helpful once a baby turns 6 months and older. And I hope that what I do over the next few episodes will help some of you to make your food stretch.